Black sites, the prisons run by the CIA. One night, you simply vanish. A hood over your head, shackles on your wrists, flown across oceans in a jet that doesn't exist on any official record. And when the hood finally comes off, you're in a cell thousands of miles from home. This is the world of CIA black sites. Prisons so secret, not even Congress knew where they were. Places where the rules didn't apply, where men disappeared, and where what happened inside was never meant to see the light of day. Tonight, we tear back the curtain on the darkest corners of modern history. The secret flights, the torture chambers, the cover-ups, and the human cost. This is the story of America's shadow prisons. In the days after the September 11th attacks, America was gripped by fear, fury, and confusion. Inside the White House, far from the public eye, decisions were made that would change the course of American history. On September 17th, 2001, President George W. Bush signed a secret memorandum of notification, a directive that gave the CIA the green light to wage a hidden war. This memorandum authorized the CIA to capture, detain, and interrogate terror suspects anywhere in the world. At that moment, the legal foundation of the Black Site program was born. But the CIA faced a problem. US law guaranteed rights to anyone held on American soil, rights the agency wanted to avoid. Their solution was both simple and chilling: never bring the prisoners to America. Instead, build a hidden network of prisons outside US territory. Poland was among the first. In a remote intelligence training center at Stare Kuti, the CIA secured a building where prisoners could be hidden from view and from law. Lithuania offered a site outside Vilnius, an old riding academy, retrofitted for detention and interrogation. Thailand's infamous Cat's Eye site was set up at a military base, the first location where waterboarding was used. The prisoners, called detainees, high-value targets, or simply cargo, were moved in unmarked jets operated by dummy corporations. In a few short years, the Black Site network spanned the globe, a hidden empire of secret prisons, funded by US taxpayers, accountable to no one. The journey began with capture, often violent and sudden. Once in custody, they were processed, stripped naked. On arrival, they were dragged from the aircraft, beaten if they resisted, and thrown into cells, dark, cold, featureless boxes where the rules of humanity no longer applied. Interrogation began with disorientation. Cells were kept in complete darkness or flooded with glaring lights. Guards and interrogators wore masks to prevent identification. The methods used were clinical in design: waterboarding, a cloth over the face, water poured again and again until the subject choked. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was waterboarded 183 times. Abu Zubaydah endured it so many times he became unresponsive. Sleep deprivation. Prisoners were shackled upright or forced to stand, collapsing from exhaustion only to be propped up again. Coffin confinement, locked in small boxes for hours or days, unable to move. The program wasn't improvised. It was designed by psychologists James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen, hired by the CIA. They were paid more than $80 million to create what they called learned helplessness. But the Senate torture report later revealed the grim truth. The program didn't work. Torture produced false leads, lies, confessions invented just to end the pain, and at least 26 prisoners were held in error. Innocent people caught in the machinery of fear. In Italy, the abduction of Abu Omar in 2003 exposed the system. Italian prosecutors tracked the operation: phone records, hotel stays, car rentals, flight logs. They pieced together the entire rendition and obtained convictions in absentia for CIA operatives. The European Court of Human Rights eventually ruled that Poland, Romania, and Lithuania had hosted black sites. But those rulings brought little consequence. For years, the black site program survived because of its layers of secrecy. But slowly, the puzzle pieces began to fall into place. Survivors of torture began to speak, describing cells, conditions, interrogators, details that matched. Then came the work of the US Senate Intelligence Committee. Years of internal battles, classified briefings, and document reviews led to a monumental report. 6,700 pages in all, based on millions of pages of CIA cables, memos, and records. What they found shocked even seasoned national security experts. Torture did not stop terrorist attacks or provide actionable intelligence. The program was far more brutal than previously admitted. Yet only 525 pages were released publicly. The full truth, names, locations, methods, remains locked away. President Obama officially closed the CIA's black sites in 2009 through executive orders banning secret prisons and torture.
By the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, and to take care that the laws of the United States are faithfully executed, I issue this following executive order. I have put an end to the interrogation techniques described in those OLC memos. I've done so for a simple reason, because I believe that our nation is stronger and more secure when we deploy the full measure of both our power and the power of our values.
The black sites are gone. The flights have stopped. The torture program is officially over. But the legacy remains. Some detainees were freed after years of confinement. No charges, no explanation, no apology. Others remain at Guantanamo Bay, trapped in legal limbo, held as forever prisoners. No one was criminally prosecuted. No one faced a court. The machinery of accountability broke down entirely. The black sites taught the world something chilling. In times of fear, the law can be bent, broken, or erased. And secrecy makes it all possible. We often say 9/11 changed everything. But perhaps the greater change came after, when America abandoned its own values, convinced that security demanded it. If you enjoyed this deep dive on the CIA's black sites, be sure to subscribe. It would very much help out the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.